Tigers opened up CAA play with a win over the Drexel Dragons. Head coach Shawn Nadelen will join me to discuss the start of CAA play. The Tiger Lacrosse Report starts now.
Or is this the high? Just let it go, enjoy the ride. Without the low, there ain't a high.
AT&T knows the best kind of holiday is the kind where everyone gets what they wished for. Make this holiday extra happy when you buy one, get one free on our most popular smartphones. Like the Samsung Galaxy S6. Buy one, get one free. So spread some cheer and capture every minute of it. Right now at AT&T, buy one, get one free on our most popular smartphones.
How long does it take to change the game of basketball? Days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? All of a sudden, big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. The step back three is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. How long to change the game of basketball? 1 second or less.
White Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years to Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Hello and welcome to the Tiger Lacrosse Report, filmed inside the TSN studios. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. The Tigers started off their conference play against the Drexel Dragons and came away with the victory 11-7. Let's take a look and see how the Tigers slayed the Dragons.
He'll feed it to the left to Spencer Parks. Parks backs up, throws it back behind the cage to Drenner. Drenner comes up, turns, shoots and scores. Ryan Drenner gets the first goal of the ball game, his 18th of the year, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead with 8:28 to go here in the first quarter. Cross field over to Manganiello. Comes into the middle of the field, trying to get his hands free, does, shoots, and he scores. 9th goal of the year for the sophomore from Media, PA. He's got it behind the cage, comes up the left, feeds it to Sider. Sider to his right to Mazza. Mazza dodging in, fires and scores. Mr. Mazza with his 6th goal, so the freshman puts the Tigers back on top, 2-1, with 3:47 remaining in the first. And on the right side, get it back behind the cage to Pin. Pin feeds in front, shot, score. Matthew Varian, we're tied at 2. Back over to Kay. Kay feeds down low to Varian. Varian trying to get loose, shoots and scores, but he was in the crease. No! Oh! Like to see that again. Varian with his 2nd goal, and it's 3-2 Drexel. They have their first lead. Drenner moving in, works it behind, feed it up top, over to the left. Sider shoots, and there you go. Tied up at 3. Joe Sider from about 10 yards out on the left side, comes up with his 18th goal of the year. Behind the cage, 10:15 to go here in the third. And Adams just hammers Pin, who goes down, ball rolling loose, but Drexel comes up with it.
And Jack broke his stick there, so Tigers going to be down.
And there's a shot right between the legs of Tyler White by Cole Schaefer, and it's 4-3 Drexel. Back to Ben on the right, throws it behind to Spencer Parks. 2 minutes to go in the third. Parks turns, shoots, top shelf goal. We're tied at 5. Feeds behind to Drenner. Ryan up top to McCarty, far side over to Sider. Joe wide shoots and scores. Tigers up 6-5. Joe with his second of the afternoon. Comes down the left, turns, passes back up top to Sider. Joe dodges, comes down, shoots and scores. What an acrobatic move there by Joe Sider. He's got the hat trick, and the Tigers up 7-5. Can't find anybody open, so he'll bring it back behind the crease. Feed in front to Conan, shoots and scores, and the Tigers up 9-5. Tyler Conan with his first of the day and his fourth of the season. Feed behind to Drenner. Drenner over to Lynch. Lynch dodging in, shoots and scores. 10-6 for the fourth straight game. The Tigers have hit double digits. It was hairy there for a while with Towson trailing by a 5-3 count, but they outscored Drexel 8-2 from that point on, and 9-1 for the first time since 1990.
Joe Sider had a hat trick, and Alec Berkeley went on to win 16 faceoffs in route to being named the CAA Co-Player of the Week. The Tigers have now moved up to number 6 or number 7, depending on your polls. Joining me now, the head coach of the Tigers, Shawn Nadelen, to talk about the game against Drexel. And Coach, not the start you wanted to get CAA play underway.
It wasn't. You know, it was good to see us kind of generate some things and do some good things on the field in regards to facing off well, playing solid defense, you know, doing some good things offensively. But I just didn't think we were capitalizing or finishing off, you know, quite a few of our plays that we had, you know, had the opportunity to make. And that was the frustrating piece to it. The team, you know, I don't think we were really unfocused or anything to start it off. You know, I just felt like, you know, we just weren't, you know, finishing off some of the plays that needed to be made.
Second week in a row, you go into halftime, it's 3-3. You come out in the second half and Drexel scores a couple of goals. Now it's 5-3. A lot of times, if a team's unsure of itself, maybe some panic will set in. Was that the case with you guys, or you guys were good? Hey, 5-3, we got plenty of time here. Most of the third quarter, all of the fourth quarter, we're still in good shape.
Yeah, the nice thing is that we were winning face-offs. So, you know, whatever deficit it was, you hope that you continue to win face-offs to give you more opportunity. We talked about it at halftime. Through the first half, I felt like we were rushing some things, you know, at times offensively, and we were, not that we were being too selfish, but I just felt like we were anxious for whatever reason. And I think it was because we were able to generate really nice opportunities, we just weren't scoring goals. So it's like, guys, you know, you get a good shot, you miss, you want to get another one, and we did, and we didn't. We missed that one. So it's like the anxiety, the frustration built, you know. So we just told the guys at halftime, it's like, hey, you know, we're getting what we want. Obviously, we just got to finish it off. Open up the third quarter, they take that 2-goal lead. You know, we could have panicked, we could have gotten frustrated, but our guys just kept digging in. You know, said a little something on the bench, you know, in regards to, you know, they're finishing their shots. You know, it's time for us to step up and finish our shots. And, you know, again, we stayed in the fight, got it back to even, and was able to really break out in that fourth quarter.
You got to give some credit to Jimmy Joe Granito, too. He had a pretty good day in the goal for Drexel.
He did. There's no doubt he made, you know, a few good saves, you know, really good saves, you know, spots that we should have scored on. But I felt like we also made it easy on him on quite a few, too, just shooting it, you know, in the center of his body or not really testing him too much, shooting it right into his stick. You know, things like that, which was frustrating. But 16, I think it was 16 saves that he had, you know, and definitely probably stole about 3 or 4 of those, and he did. He played well. You know, did a good job at their end, and defensively they do a really good job as a team.
Coming in, they were only 38% at face-off, so you knew that was an area you might be able to exploit. But I don't think anybody expected Alec Berkeley to go off the way he did on Saturday. I mean, he had a tremendous, best game of his career.
Yeah, I was very happy for Alec, and obviously happy for our team to benefit from that. happy for Alec in regards to, being able to go to the distance, go against, he went against 4 guys, from Drexel, and controlled the ball a lot of the time, which was huge, and can be huge, being able to know where you're putting it and then get possession from that, So he, you talk about being in the zone, I really felt like he was locked into, what he needed to do. He was winning the ball, finding it, getting it, escaping pressure. He had 9 ground balls on the day, out of 16 faceoffs. That's a big chunk, and it's just something that obviously we benefited from. But hopefully Alec can continue to do that and build upon that, because the competition is just going to get tougher.
Joe Sider started off slowly. I think was 1 for his first 8 shots on Saturday. With a guy like Joe, he ends up with a hat trick. With a guy like Joe, is it kind of like a shooter in basketball? You tell him just keep shooting because eventually he's going to hit the back of the net.
You do and you don't, because you don't want them to just take shots to take shots. It's not like basketball where you got a shot clock. The ball's coming back to you, 35 seconds or whatever it is. And you take a bad shot, their team gets it, they clear it, they could have the ball for 4 minutes. You might not see the ball again. So, we wanted to take the shots that he's, in good position to take, but definitely put him, in better locations. He had a couple great breakaway, we had breakaway opportunities, transition opportunities that he missed. He hit, he sent it wide, he hit one guy. Drexel, I've never seen a team soak as many shots as the Drexel defense did, as far as their players, getting hit by shots. That was something that we addressed in regards to just, when you're ready to take a shot, just see what's coming at you, and as you're winding up, see if they're turning their back, take that extra step, take that half a second, see what's happening, get around it, create your better angle, take a better shot. And Joe did that when he came down the middle. He froze the guy, split to his left, weaved back to his right, and was able to stick it home, 8 yards from the cage. So.
Speaking of the Drexel defense, they were doing some different things on you on Saturday, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I mentioned before. They're a good defensive team in regards to playing strong man-to-man. They play a 6-man zone. They'll shut off a guy and play a zone behind it. So they'll throw some different junk things at you, which makes you a little uncomfortable. They're long. They do a good job extending but then collapsing. So they're a very good defensive team.
A team the Tigers may see sometime down the road in the CAA tournament, but they get the victory against the Dragons 11-7. That's going to do it for this edition of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. Don't forget to look for us on TowsonTigers.com, as Coach Shawn Nadelen and I will talk about the Tigers' road trip to UMass coming up on Friday. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.